Hey guys, Shawn Ziem, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor. This is live number 25 on the year. That 25, it's awesome. I'm glad I'm at this point in the year at this level because it's important to be consistent and also provide that value. What we always want to do on this is to share value, share what's going on with the guests, what they're doing. Don't just listen to us, and don't mind me. I have my little ones with me today, so you might hear some chatter here and there. But we're here to help you, motivate you, inspire you in our conversation. And this is going to be a great one because, and I'm glad it's number 25. My guest, I'm the connection machine, right? He is the king of connections. And we're going to make sure that we are all in this together. We're going to learn about each other. And we've never met in person. This is the first time I saw him on Instagram. I'm like, we have to connect. Guys, don't forget to check out this link right here. It has all my opportunities. Holy cow, little lady. Come on now. Let's get this going. I'm going to bring in my good friend right here. What's going on, Marc? How are you, man?
Hey, Shawn, how are you? I feel like I'm home, literally home, because we're in your home with you and your family, and home, as you mentioned, you're the connection machine. I'm the king of connections. We're like family.
It is family, man. And I appreciate you taking some time out of this day to share with us what you do and important things that we're going to teach others what is happening and helping us in our business and our lives. And hopefully they're going to take action. That's what I'm always looking for, is having those that are using what we're doing take action, come back to us and let us know and connect. Now, you are the connection, a king of connections. Tell us what other business you're involved in. What is it mainly that you're doing?
So my core business is real estate title insurance. So again, we share insurance as part of our DNA and what we do on a day-to-day basis. Although I have to say, sometimes I think that's the furthest thing from my mind in a way, although it's what I'm doing day by day. But, like you probably, and again, it's our first conversation, I spend a lot of my time, talking to people and getting to know them, seeing how I can help them, seeing how, they can help me, and really just establishing friendships for real relationships. I like what you said. I don't want this to be a commercial. If this is a commercial, everybody would have already changed the channel. So, business is about real people and really, getting to know people and who they are, and what their lives entail and what kind of shared, things you have together, and you can build around that, I feel like.
It's like you're a brother that we've never met until now, which is incredible to me, the mindset you have as well. Before we even get into it, let me stop for 1 second. Now, you said, and this is a very important thing, guys, and don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hashtag live if you're watching live, hashtag replay on the replay. You say you help other people. That's what I do. We have conversations. We find out what are the pain points of other people, and then we provide those solutions. And right. I think that's a powerful thing. How long have you been the king of connections?
Since I came out of the womb, I think. But listen, I mean, I use that name, and it's just from a lot of years. I've been, in the business world for close to 30 years, which makes me, one, old, two, or experienced, depends on how you look at it. And a lot of that time has really been spent just meeting, a lot of different people, listening to what they do. I like to say I'm, I could talk about anyone's business probably for a couple minutes, or at least pretend I understand and actually probably understand what they're talking about. Financial advisors, tech stuff. I know a little bit about everything to be extremely dangerous or win a few rounds of Jeopardy.
There you go. Yeah, you have to go deep with other people, learn about what they're doing. Like, I've never met you. I see what you do on social media. What are some of the hobbies that you do outside of work?
Yeah, so I mean, I don't have anything on my screen other than my real background. So behind me is my Peloton bike. It became I was attached to the hip of it during COVID. Really, like when the gyms closed and exercise was challenged, especially here in New York, where winters can be cold. I rode. By chance, actually, my other name on Instagram is Fat Boy Fit Club. which
Oh.
which I encourage everybody to take a look at. So I used to ride, I used to put a towel on my head. And one day I said, it's another day at the Fat Boy Fit Club. And a lot of people loved it. They said, you're motivating me. I said, if a fat guy like me is motivating you to exercise, then I got to keep on doing this. So literally, about a year plus now, I try to post, I exercise 5-6 times a day. I'm not super fit or anything like that, but I try to, I like to eat. So I got to exercise. I got to balance. I got to be active. And I think that's, I had triple bypass surgery 7 years ago when I was in my 40s. And, that really changed my outlook. So at a minimum, I think exercise is really important for everybody. And I don't care if you get outside and walk or run up and down your stairs, just be active. I think sedimentary lifestyle is the kiss of death.
Hey, I always say health is wealth. The
Mhm.
healthier we become, we're going to feel good about ourselves. It's going to make our self-esteem higher. We'll be
Mhm.
able to have those, when we have those days that things are not going right, we'll be able to get through them because we have put that time in. Because working out, if you're in reality, we're putting our bodies through hell. It like
Mhm.
sucks. You're
Yeah.
sore as hell the next day. People are like, why do you continue doing what you're doing? I love working out. Yeah,
Mhm.
but when you push yourself, you're going to be sore the next day. That's, you worked. But
Right.
you also know you put that time in. It's dedication. That's why I like to post a lot of myself, because
Mhm.
it shows that you're consistent, you're dedicated to something. Why would you not want to work with us if you're somebody that's dedicated and consistent? I do the same thing in life.
Yeah.
If it's insurance, if it's my relationship with my wife, my family, my health, it's
Mhm.
important to do it across the board. And that's why I was like, resonated with me, with you. I'm like, damn, we
Mhm.
got to have a call. You're a Michigan fan or what?
I'm a University of Michigan, proud University of Michigan alum, big college sports fan, not so much a pro sports fan anymore. I like the authenticity, although now that they're getting paid with NIL, for
Yeah.
those that are familiar with that, I just like to see college kids go out and give it their all. And, it was something I was brought up on. My dad was a big college basketball fan, and I've continued that trend. So, I love college sports and the camaraderie. My daughter goes to Penn State, so you can catch me at a few Penn State football games every year. And I just love the spirit around it.
I definitely do. What did you play in high school? A sport?
I played football in high school. You know, Relatively competitive program, and it's something that really shaped me. Actually, teamwork and being a
Yes.
part of a team is very important to me. Being able to work with other people, I think it really elevates your game. I'm good at what I'm good at, which is, I know because I'm 53 years old, and I know I'm not so good at other things. I was going to say I suck at other things, but
Yeah.
I do. And that's where really you can elevate your game by, being a good team, not, letting your ego, get in the way of things. So I love being a part of a team. I've got great, people that I work with, and, makes my days easier, makes me better at what I do.
Now let's go into like more detail as far as title insurance.
Mhm.
Because I do the PNC. Title insurance, a lot of people don't know what it exactly entails. Can you
Mhm.
give us a little Cliff Notes version of what title insurance is and how important that is?
Yeah, sure. So it's very little talked about. Anytime you buy real estate, if you buy a home, you buy a condo apartment, you buy vacant land, a retail building, you have to buy title insurance. It is a pretty much a regulated product. Everybody charges the same. It's much different than PNC in that PNC covers if a tree falls in your house, a
Right.
car goes in your property, someone slips on your property. We are more due diligence insurance. We basically are ensuring that the property records are correct. There's no liens, encumbrances on your property when you buy it. You're buying it from the person who has the right to sell it to you. Very infrequently are there claims. That's the other question I'm going to get. Less than 5%. It's one of the least claimed upon insurance products, but that's primarily because I think we do a good job, anybody in the industry, of searching the records, of taking care of that stuff. So little known, talked about, part of the real estate business. I always say it's the 8th or 9th check you are writing at a closing, but it's important. And having been actually in my past a real estate attorney, a real estate agent, I understand where all the pieces fit. There's definitely this title insurance piece, and I like just being kind of helping people get their transactions done, pointing them to the right people. That's what it's all about, is putting the puzzle together.
Yeah, being that quarterback and making sure everything gets to the closing as seamless as possible. That's what I've always thought of.
Exactly.
Even an insurance person like me, that's what, every person is responsible in doing their job. And if they don't do it, that's where there's hiccups. And that's where a lot of people throw things against the wall and hope it sticks. We don't want to be that type of person. Now, if we wouldn't be remiss without talking about, how are you making connections? Are you doing it on the phone, going to events? Livy, chill. Or are you just doing it on social media?
Yeah, that's a great question, because it's changed a bit during COVID. So I worked in Manhattan for most 25 years of my career. After practicing law, a lot of networking involved in that. So I used to be involved in a lot of networking groups. I used to run some networking groups. I used to run a connection meeting at my office once a week, just for people in the real estate industry. Traditionally went to a lot of events, stopped at people's offices, walked around, got in my steps during the day, that's part of the reason why I ride now, because I don't walk as much living in Long Island most of the time. Get in a car to go to the mailbox now. But I also, listen, things like this, social media has become a really big place where, I think is a great place to connect to people. I still think you got to, meet them in person, or beyond social media, but that's how we met. And I look forward to one day meeting in person, but who knows? We may never do that. And we could become good friends, not doing that. Zoom, and other video conferencing platforms are great. And listen, now I'm going out to lunch, today with somebody. So still sitting across the table from somebody and looking them in the eye and building a relationship with them. But again, I never think of it as selling. It's not a quick sell. It's, tell me what you do. Tell me who you are. How many, are you married? Do you have kids? Where'd you grow up? What are your hobbies? Like, that is, to me, a big part of really knowing people and establishing connections. It's they're you can go in and and pitch a product, but that's not going to make you long-term connections. And I could tell somebody like yourself, but actually a few people have mentioned your name to me. They said, "Oh, do you know Shawn?" I said, "I know him, but I don't really know him." Now I know him a little better. So I know Libby, so now I know Shawn.
It's so crazy how we all focus on our wives. And I'm multitasking right now, and I have one knucklehead crying, the other one's going nuts. Hey, Livy, come here. But it's the reason we do what we do. Oh, it's okay. All right. We're going to be finishing up. The reason why we do what we do. You want to say hi, Natalie? Say hi,
Natalie. Hi, Libby.
Natalie had a liver transplant.
Wow.
Say hi. In 2019, at 4 months old.
Wow.
You can't see? All right, come on up. And it's important that people understand. All right, Liv, let's finish up. Stop banging. Stop banging. Thank you. We have the ability to do and build our legacy. And that's why I get up every single day, try to crush it, because it's for them. And I also have another little boy coming in the near future.
Wow.
And it'll be that's the last one. That's the fourth one. I have my oldest. I have these two knuckleheads, and I have the boy coming. But that's why I do what I do. That's why I get up every single day and do the things I do. Is there any final thoughts that you can share with them today that are watching with us?
Yeah, I mean, I just if you notice, I just jotted down some notes, actually, and I wrote down the name of Shawn's kids. Why? Because that's important to him. It is who he is. So I don't want to ever forget Livy and Natalie's name. Hi guys. And I actually keep I keep those notes. Actually, there's a lot of different things you could use, but I write down and then I put it in the computer. Why? Because my memory is good. But I'd say to be a really good networker, again, you got to ask the questions, you got to find out the personal stuff, and you got to retain that. And and truly, mean it. So, next time I speak to Shawn, first thing I'm gonna ask him is, how are the kids? How's Livy? How's Natalie? Because that's connecting, I think, is getting to know somebody and what matters to them. And Shawn just said, he gets up in the morning. Why? Because of his family and his kids, which I don't take that away from this conversation, that's really what motivates Shawn and who Shawn is. He's a family man, and what's his passion. And then I'm never going to know Shawn, and I'm never going to have a real relationship and connection with him. So, I think I'm so glad that Shawn asked me to be on, and I'm getting to know him while doing this, which is amazing. And, I look forward to getting to know him better. And that's what I could say to anybody listening is, do that, is get to know people. Don't worry about what they sell or what they do. You'll find that out, and, they'll become resources to you. But, care about people and who they are and humanity. And, I'm not going to say I'm the greatest person in the world, but I do care about other people, and I'm interested in other people. And that's what I built my business on. Oh, Shawn, I think you're muted.
Oh, we got through it. Woo! I wanted to treat this a little different as far as not so professional like I thought at other ones. Because people need to know what we go through every day. Like there's days that we have to be with our kids and have these kind of calls and get to know each other on this kind of way. And it's something that I think more people have to get on board. If you're interested in being a guest, please reach out to me. If you want to get involved with connecting with Marc, please do. I'll have all his contact information below in the description. And till the next one, I hope that you all have an awesome day.
Shawn, you are a true professional to be able to do what you do, doing business, being a dad, and I'm sure if somebody called with an insurance question, you'd be on it. So that you're amazing, and I look forward to getting to know you better. So thank you for sharing this platform with me.
You got to stick with me 1 second.
Yeah.